So, I don't really do these kind of videos, but I thought it'd be fun to get my thoughts across for the latest seasons. So, we all know this guy, King of Hell, Depression, and Ducks. Immediately as he was introduced, he became one of the fan favourites, which I can totally understand why. He's a cool character, no question about it. But I wanted to talk about something controversial. As much as a cool character Lucifer is, I ultimately believe he needs to die. Okay, wait, let me explain. Now, before anyone grabs their pitchforks to strike me down from the sky, just let me be clear about something here. This isn't about hating on Lucifer as a character. It's actually the opposite. I think he's been written really well, and you can definitely see the Weird Al inspiration. He's amusing, pretty relatable, he's fun. However, he's also powerful, which isn't necessarily bad, however it does bring up a few issues. So, to get right to the point, killing Lucifer would change the show immediately, no questions. But that's not a bad thing. I immediately want to acknowledge this is coming from a place of love. For fuck's sake, look at my room! There's definitely a lot of potential for future arcs we haven't seen yet. Complex relationships, ex-relationships, a ton of power struggles and redemption arcs. So when I was talking with a close friend, we came to the conclusion that Lucifer is just too powerful. I kept coming back to one specific idea over and over again, and the more I thought about it, the more it actually seems possible. What if he, the King of Hell, was no longer in the picture? It's a bold thing to say, and a lot of Lucifer fans really won't like to hear it, but I don't care. And for as powerful as a character Lucifer is, that's exactly the problem. Lucifer's so powerful and so untouchable that unintentionally, it ruins any threats to Hell or to Charlie. Because by Lucifer existing, he's just an unstoppable safety net. As long as the most powerful being in Hell is alive, the stakes are never going to feel high enough. So that's why, in this video, I'm deep diving to explain why I think Lucifer's death would actually help the story. And I get it, Lucifer fans might not love to be hearing this, but please stick with me. Even if you love him, I at least hope you agree with some of my points. Point 1. Expanding on the overpowered part. We all know what happened towards the end of Season 1 by now. Lucifer making his dramatic entrance during the finale, showing up right at the perfect time to save his daughter Charlie by fighting Adam. All we got to see in that moment was that Lucifer is powerful. We definitely already suspected that, but now we get to see it in action, effortlessly fighting Adam, even managed to taunt him without losing focus. But that highlights one of the biggest issues. Lucifer is just too powerful. Lucifer's powers within the story creates dangerous problems when it comes to the narrative. If Lucifer's around, how does that affect the danger around them? Sure, other characters can still get hurt. Is there any real risk? Not really, especially not to his daughter Charlie. If Lucifer has the ability to just show up like he did in the finale and overpower anyone who poses a threat, then what are the stakes? Their fight with Adam proved this perfectly. Adam, the first man, the one who was supposed to be one of Heaven's strongest warriors, barely managed to even land a scratch on him. Rewatching it, I'm pretty sure Lucifer didn't even get hurt at all, which sets a bit of a predicament. If Adam, an angel sent directly from heaven, can't significantly harm Lucifer at all, then who the hell could even stand a chance? The answer is nobody. Lucifer's presence effectively shuts down the possibility of Hell's characters being challenged in any meaningful way, which unfortunately undercuts any tension or stakes when it comes to future conflicts. Which is why the issue here isn't just Lucifer's power, it's just the fact that this is going to be a continuous thing, that even unintentionally is going to fuck up any future arcs. When narratively a strong character exists, for example, the King of Hell, this unintentionally is setting a safety net. Charlie is going to be protected regardless, because that is his daughter. She's going to want everyone in the hotel protected as well, which is going to keep everyone else safe too. They're going to face conflicts. Luke's definitely going to be a threat in Season 2, alongside with the V's. But knowing what Lucifer can do, if any of them actually try to hurt them, what are we supposed to be worried about if Lucifer can just intervene? Which leads me on to point 2. Is Charlie ever going to be ready for this? Charlie. I love her so much! I love her character, and I love what she stands for, and I love her goals. Bring redemption to Hell, and to prove that even the worst of demons can change. That is a big task in Hell, But she's proved that even facing difficulties, she's determined to carve her own path and continue, even though countless times we've seen her face rejection in hell. People not believing her, they don't believe she can do it. So why am I bringing up Lucifer's darling daughter into a video about his death? Specifically, because in this episode, she sings a song with some interesting lyrics. In the song Ready for This, we get the lines,
"Gotta come into my own, gotta come into my throne, gotta take charge and defend my only home."
With just those 2 lines, it paints a picture of what she wants to do. How she wants to rise and take responsibility, not just for hell, but for everyone in it. But the issue is, how can Charlie actually take charge when the throne she sings about isn't even hers to take? Lucifer, her father, is still firmly in power. And while her lyrics emphasize that she needs to come into her own, that journey is almost impossible when she's always going to be overshadowed by her dad, someone who doesn't even believe in redemption. I need to bring up Charlie because this is her story. It's supposed to be about growth and independence and finding your voice as a leader. But as long as Lucifer remains in the picture, there's not going to be an opportunity for her to claim the power they sing about. Right now, she's not a queen, she's not a ruler. She's just the princess of hell. Someone who, even though she's passionate, she's just stuck playing a second fiddle to her own father. With Lilith currently not present and gone for the past 7 years, hell, maybe even 8, I don't even know with all these fucking time skips. This means that Lucifer's presence alone is enough to hold Charlie back. That she'd finally have the ability to step up and fulfill the leadership her songs suggest she's striving for. Another key lyric that reinforces this point.
She's bound to pass the test as princess of hell. Like her daddy, she is badly powerful.
She's filled with potential that I could guide.
I concur. Stick with her, you'll be on the winning side.
This highlights a lot of things. A lot of things about Charlie's potential. How she's meant to lead. She's ambitious, she's got the energy, she's got the drive to do so. But she's always going to be the princess of hell, never the queen.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
And while the song seems optimistic about her abilities, it also shows that she still needs guidance. That she's not fully ready yet to do this on her own. Which brings me back to my first point. How is she ever going to prove herself as a capable ruler that she can handle her own shit on her own if you know that the moment something goes south, Daddy Lucifer can just swoop in and fix everything? His death wouldn't just force Charlie to step into her role, it would make her goal even more powerful. Without having her dad to rely on, Charlie's going to be thrown right into the chaos. This grants so many opportunities for threats, higher stakes, and overall just makes the show more exciting. This will show that she can prove her worth. It's only season 1, but right now, Charlie's arc already feels stunted because what she's fighting for isn't tangible. She wants to redeem hell, but she's not actually in any position of power to implement that change. Her father's throne looms over her, both literally and figuratively. And this is what prevents her from taking control and advancing the story. Which brings me on to my third point. It's time for the stakes. This is one of the more interesting parts to talk about. Okay, we clearly don't know what's going to happen in season 2 or 3, but we do know that Lucifer dying would be bad. Not for the plot, but for hell. Now I just want to say, this isn't just speculation. Surprisingly, I actually have logic for this one. How, so far, with the cutthroat tendencies of what we've seen of others, a death this powerful could change the entire flow of the show. So, first off, we've got to go ahead and consider the immediate aftermath. If Lucifer were to die, it's almost guaranteed someone's going to try and take his place. Which, woo! Even more stakes for Charlie. But back on topic. This opens the show to a lot of plot twists. We know that Alistair currently has a deal with Charlie, one that Vox was desperately trying to get to her before Alistair was able to make it, and that nobody wanted Charlie to make this deal. We don't know what that favour is, but hell, it could be anything, even ruling hell. We know Alistair is on our side, the good, bad side, which, with such a powerful opening like this, what's to stop Alistair, Vox, or any other powerful overlord from taking the shot? This would cause the biggest fight hell has ever seen. And the best part? It wouldn't even feel too far of a stretch from what we've already seen. The overlords we've seen are assholes. Pretty ruthless, to be real. Clarifying, that's not a bad thing. It's hell. Everyone in this show is going to be a bit of a dickhead. But imagine, Alistair thrives on chaos. On the show, he's never explicitly shown an interest in ruling hell. Definitely isn't just doing this for fun. As much as people want to believe he's doing this for entertainment, who would deny the power to change hell into your own personal image? This applies to Vox and the V's too. They crave for power. They are powerful. Especially with everything in hell relying on technology. Having the full, entire control of that would make things even worse. And this would lead to even more conflicts between Vox and Alistair, something I know a fuck ton of you are craving for. But back to the main girl of the scene, Charlie. Being caught in between all of this? Even being dangerous towards her? I mean, she definitely won't die, but people sure as hell are gonna try attempt it. The risk of betrayal and anxiety would be stronger than ever. The death of the king would drive wedges between everyone. There will be fights, falling out, arguments. Charlie will begin to believe that not everyone can change. Not just hell, but heaven knowing this? If heaven were to find out, Lute were to find out, nobody in hell would be safe. The fourth part to make, Heaven's Golden Angel. We've talked plenty about how Lucifer's death would affect hell and its inhabitants, how it would affect Charlie. But one of the parts that I seem to have overlooked was how would this affect heaven? Lucifer was the fallen angel after all. He's not just the king, he used to be the golden boy. His very existence is a reminder of heaven's authority. If he were to die, considering not even Adam managed to kill him, this raises a really uncomfortable question. Who could possibly even manage to kill someone as powerful as him? If presumably no one in hell can kill Lucifer, if Adam can't kill Lucifer, clearly no one in hell can. If presumably no one in hell can kill Lucifer, then the only plausible explanation is that only someone as powerful as him would be able to. It would be great! I need to reword this because that sounds terrible. But Charlie's end goal is to get sinners redeemed, to spare them from exterminations and get them into heaven, to prove souls can change. But if Lucifer was killed by someone in heaven, the very place Charlie is trying to get sinners redeemed to, that would change everything! What would happen if heaven, the place that's supposed to be the gatekeeper of redemption, got revealed just to be as violent and unforgiving as the demons in hell? But we've already seen that start to be shown, with Adam and Lou. They are not as perfect as they're pretending to be. It's positively toxic. And if they were to resort to something like that, killing Lucifer, it would definitely send a message, and not a good one. It would completely ruin Charlie's philosophy. How can you believe in redemption when even heaven itself doesn't believe in it? If heaven, of all places, were to kill Charlie's own dad, I've given my thoughts on it. But there you have it. These are my reasons why Lucifer's death could completely elevate the plot of Hazbin Hotel. From creating higher stakes in hell, to shaking up the power dynamics and forcing Charlie to step into her role as a true leader, at the end of the day, Lucifer's death isn't just about removing a powerful character, it's about creating tension in the story, exploring deeper themes, pushing characters to their absolute limits. While I know a lot of fans probably adore him, there's no denying that his death would set the stage for an even more compelling and unpredictable story. But that's just my take. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you think killing off Lucifer would be too bold of a move. Do you think the story can have a full arc without him? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you next time.